Hello, my name is Ava Egertson, and I am so excited to be working with Youth Performance Company on their production of Matter, written by Idris Goodwin. Matter is a story about two former high school friends debating matters of life and race. Matter really details what white fragility and ignorance looks like in America. Through this meeting of two former high school friends, it really details how anything from microaggressions to blatant racism is deeply and systemically rooted in our history and society. And along that, how misunderstood and overlooked the severity is of this issue for Black lives in America. This story is chillingly poignant and relevant, and I want to thank you for taking the time and supporting Youth Performance Company and hearing young Black voices in America.
We lived next door to each other as kids.
And now same city.
We were never that close during any of it, but we knew each other.
I'd see him here and there.
We were aware of one another.
We kept our space. Not consciously, we just ran in different spaces.
But we were always aware.
I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
Another body, another name, another image has circulated. The latest body, name, the newest image to haunt.
It's shameful.
I posted, "This is no time for apathy.
I liked it.
The fight for equality continues on."
I liked it.
Then I typed a hashtag in 3 words. Words I thought anyone could get behind.
I didn't quite like that. I responded with a hashtag in 3 words. Nothing offensive, words I thought that anyone could get behind.
I didn't quite like it, so I deleted it.
She deleted my response. Totally hypocritical.
My wall, my space. And yeah, I edit it. It's the one space where I can build the world I'd like to inhabit.
I respond to her posts a lot. We share the same algorithm politically.
My response was to remove it.
Erasure is never okay, so I responded. This is not a race issue. Not really. This is about the abuse of power.
I responded, "Are you crazy?"
I responded, we're talking about equality, the human experience. No time for stark divisions along racial lines. This is a time for us to explore our shared humanity.
I deleted it.
I messaged her.
He messaged me.
We haven't seen each other in a while or spoken. The last time was at a concert, and she was a bit mad at me because the MC was performing a song with the N-word in the chorus, and she saw me singing along, and she never said anything, but after the show, she was cold to me.
He messaged me.
Hey, Kim, I know it's been a while.
He felt like we needed to talk, needed to clear the air.
Do you think we could sit down for coffee sometime?
These racist cops have got to go!
I want to ask you what you meant, but I'm finding it hard to ask you. What I'd rather do is just tell you what I think about what I thought you meant.
I can explain what I meant.
I'm sure you can. But can you explain what I read and what I took it to mean?
All I meant was that we are all comprised of matter. Matter being that essential molecular element of which we are all built. Ordinary matter, like trees and water, solids and liquids.
But sounds. The voice, for example, was not always considered matter. Matter used to only encompass a select set of solid objects.
But all along, it was all matter.
What happens to matter split? Does it explode and decimate millions of bodies of color? And whose hands split that matter? What we are talking about are Black lives split, shaken until they become bombs.
Their lives, those lives, it's all ridiculous. We're here and we get to decide how this is going to go. And this doesn't have to be, it shouldn't be. And we don't have to ascribe. There was that summer after senior year in high school. We were both short on credits and all our friends took off and we were stuck here. So we both ended up working at the library to make extra cash. We kind of got close that summer. We talked about books, we smoked joints on the lunch break. That was the summer that I got into some R&B and I turned her on to some indie rock. I thought, man, what a cool chick. Then there's that one night after our shift. We got those tall cans and we decided to break into the school. We heard someone, so we ducked into the only open room we could find, the chemistry room. It was dark and we were super quiet and we drank more and got close. Maybe it was because things were coming to an end. We didn't end up, I don't know, she stopped suddenly and said she had to go home. We're on the same side, Kim.
Are we?
Yes, we want the same thing.
After another man is laying in the street, your immediate impulse is to correct me, to talk semantics with me, to say, well, actually, Kim, I don't know what side that is. In particle physics, antimatter is material composed of antiparticles, which have the same mass as particles of ordinary matter, but have an opposite charge.
I don't think that anyone is less or more special.
When we say Black Lives Matter, do you think that's us saying we're special? Huh, look at us, we're getting shot.
No, but it's sort of making your suffering worse than others.
What
That's
did you
not
just
what
say?
Look, what I mean is, what about in Africa? All the Boko Haram stuff.
Okay, but we're not in Africa.
Or women all over the world being assaulted. Or gays and lesbians. Or Hispanics being deported, shot at border crossings. Or hell, even poor white folks who live in black communities.
Cole.
Who are bullied
Cole.
because of the crimes of others. And
No!
look, I'm all here for civil rights, but property damage? Looting?
You don't understand
and just
why.
rage? Look, it doesn't work. It's not strategic. All lives, Kim, that's all I'm saying. Let's pull the act from the context of race and break this down to the root. Human wickedness.
And sometimes humans kill humans because of their race.
I just wish we could move on. Be ourselves. Be individuals. Our own perfect stars. I wish we could be our own perfect stars. You know, when we were kids and we would have those block parties, all the kids would come out and we would get our faces painted like Spider-Man and we would have bike races. We were all just kids in the neighborhood. When did it become...
I was the only black kid at that block party.
No, but I didn't see it that way.
You didn't see that I was black?
I didn't treat you different.
But not everybody was like you.
She was not always like this.
I was silent. I used to be silent.
She used to be real easygoing. A cool chick.
I used to hold my breath, breathe shallow, up here in my chest.
We grew up the same way.
But the way we were perceived is different.
But that doesn't mean those perceptions are true.
The water and the tree are in the same forest, but not the same. Different mass, different volume, different uses. Are you willing to decrease your mass? Just say it. Black lives matter.
Do white lives not matter?
Nobody is saying what doesn't matter.
No, but it's exclusionary.
It's contextual. In this climate, it relates to the splitting of black atoms with no consequence.
I feel sick. I want to leave. I want to hug her and tell her I'm sorry, but if I'm being honest, tell her to get over it. Life is hard and there is no measuring stick for suffering. She can change this by being herself, not this angry black woman.
I really want to let Cole off the hook. Just drop this whole thing, tell him it's all good. But I've swallowed myself so many times to make white folks feel less uncomfortable.
I just want to fix it.
Cole wants to know how we fix it. Wants me to tell him that I just woke up this way. I don't know how to dig into the hearts, rewire the circuitry. Who does? All I'm trying to do is keep it together.
I want to tell her I'm sorry.
I don't need apologies. I just want it to stop.
To say it is to admit it, that my life in someone else's eyes has mattered more than other folks, and I don't believe that. But someone at some point has believed that, and maybe my life has been better because of that.
The night in the chemistry room, Cole and I, all those years ago, I was into it. I liked him. And until he put his hands in my hair. I thought about all those kids in school always asking to touch it. Can I touch it? And how they'd react when they did. And he had his hands in my hair, and I wondered how he thought it felt. Weird, funny, good. And then I thought about if he'd been with any black girls before, and it was too much, so I told him I had to go home. So I did. I left, and that was the closest we ever got.
A week or two later, I sent Kim a message. I thanked her for the conversation, told her we should keep in touch more often, that I wanted to keep talking, not just about this, but our lives in general. Nothing. So that was that, I thought. And then one morning, I went to my timeline and I saw her name and her photo being shared by everyone. They called it a failure to comply, a failure to be silent. So she was made silent forever. Now she lives on as a hashtag. I still hear her voice hanging in the particles. Does a spirit have mass? It must. I can feel the weight.
The privilege to act like it's not going on and to turn away. We are here to say the time of stepping out on the side is no longer.